You know, one of the things that the police officer said to me when I came in and, checked on the store, because I heard there was a fire truck sitting outside, so I came down. We have this woman that works with us. We call her the pre-roll lady. She gets upset sometimes, and when she gets upset, she says, she threatens, I'm going to kill myself, Oh, don't kill yourself. Here's a free pre-roll. That was me. I always gave her the free pre-roll. That's why they didn't like me, because every time she came in, before she even said she was going to kill herself, I'm like, hey, you get a free pre-roll today. And she's like, I love you. So I thought, one day she came in, I don't know what happened, but she got upset and lit her hair on fire. Lit herself on fire in front of us. So security tried to stop them. She spit in their face. So we had to kick her out. So I'm thinking the fire truck's there, and they're not answering my phone calls because this woman lit herself on fire, maybe really bad, and now everyone's traumatized. So no one's picking up any fucking phone. So I call my lawyer. He's like, go in there and just check as a civil, just like a concerned citizen. So when I went in there, I checked in, and I see the fire truck blocking the front, and as I'm about to open the door, then I see the blacked out pretty van that's got the nice cushions where they all jump out of. That was the jump out of van? Yeah. It was very nice and clean and leather and shiny. Like, here's my jump out van. So I'm like, as I open the door, I'm like, what the fuck is that van? And then I see them all inside, hey, we're fucking closed. I'm like, yeah, about that. And they look at me, and I almost said, like, about that, okay, and, like, walked back out, but I was like, okay, about that. And then I'm looking right at the detective guy, right in his eyes, and I'm staring at him, and he's looking at me, and he goes, Thomas Durfee? And I said, yeah. And he goes, you're under arrest. Come on in. I'm going to read you these rights. What are you thinking? Like, running a dispensary. Like, this isn't a dispensary. Immediately when I saw their body cam red lights on, I said, fuck this shit. They're trying to make me look bad now. I've been in this situation. I've seen them do it to the psych patients before, right? So I'm like, no, this is not a dispensary. It's a treaty truck house, and luckily we get to sell cannabis in the back, indigenous medicinal cannabis. But as you see here, books and literature and arts and crafts, these are all locally made arts and crafts and education here. This is a treaty truck house, just like here in our 1752 treaty. And I read him the treaty. He interrupted me once by saying, you know what, if you stayed on the reserve, you would have been a lot safer. And that's where I said, come on, you guys have these meetings every month, and you have a land acknowledgement meeting. You actually acknowledge that you're on unceded Mikmaq territory. It doesn't mean if we're on reserve lands or on Highfield Park. This is all indigenous unceded Mikmaq territory. This is our land. It always has been and always will be. We never sold it. We're living in peace and prosperity under the 1752 treaty. So I read him the rest of the treaty, and that's where, he's like, why don't you sell cocaine? Because at the end, it's like, sell anything to the best of our advantages. So he's mocking me. Why don't you sell cocaine then? If you can sell anything. And I'm like, well, cocaine's illegal. Come on. It's everywhere in North America. Yeah, that's right. Exactly, right? So I'm emotional. I wish I could have came back with that, but all I could say was, yeah, right, exactly. Fucking shit. I hope not. So, he kept saying, just kept telling me to shut up. Just shut up, man. Shut up. Like, we're just going to arrest you. We're going to bring you down. You're going to go home. You're not going to jail or nothing. And I'm like, whatever. Like, what the fuck? Like, how are you guys even here right now? Like, isn't there a warrant? Oh, yeah, this guy Darcy. Yeah, I got your warrant right here. You want me to read it to you? Yes, please. I go over there, right up close to him, This is your warrant. This is what you're charged with. Ridiculous, We've been watching you every day, I hope so, because I'm the one who wrote you a letter the first day we even started, stating with Grand Chief Del Riley and our collective family, stating that we have these indigenous rights. We wrote letters to the Chief of Police, your boss, and Mayor Mike Savage, the political figure in Halifax. And right when I said that, they both looked at each other like, what the fuck? A couple of uniform officers, because I pointed out the letters that I had display on the wall, laminated, so they couldn't be, right? So these guys walked up and just read maybe, I don't know, they probably didn't even fucking read it, but they looked at it for like 10, 20 seconds. Oh, that doesn't matter, that's between, I know you guys have your thing, but it's between you and the Crown. I said, no, it's not between me and the Crown, it's between me and the King of England, because this is an internationally recognized treaty and has nothing to do with you. I'm a Mikmaq sovereign man. I have more power than Canada itself. I have more power than you as a police officer. You're a Canadian citizen. I'm a Mikmaq sovereign person. I have more power over you than you'll ever have in that badge or any award you ever fucking get in your life. You know, I think that pissed them off. And you know, and I said it to every single person, and I stated, you know, also the people that work in this store too are Indigenous as well. And you're violating our rights under Section 25 and 35. And by search and seizure, you're violating our rights under Section 88 and 89. And I know that states about Indian reserves, but since this is unceded Mi'kmaq territory, we're all
Your rights are totally intact.
Right,
Yep.
totally intact. Specifically with the Mi'kmaq Treaty and with Nova Scotia in general, right?